Hi there, this is Tammy with Tammy's Stamping Therapy, and I have a fun project to share with you today. Anyone who knows me well knows that I really love to make 3D items, and when I saw this snow globe set in the Stampin' Up! New holiday catalog, I knew that I had to make something with it, and something more than just a card. So I'm doing a class next month where they're going to make 4 cards and 2 3D items, and you've already seen one of them in the video I did a few weeks ago where I made the little photo frame. Today I'm going to make an actual snow globe. Not a card, but a snow globe itself. So let me show you the first one that I made. I first made this one, and it's just one little frame high, and I thought it was really cute when I was done with it. I really liked it. But then in the holiday catalog, I saw this card right here where they used 2 and made it taller, and I thought that was a lot of fun, so I decided to try that. Our team is having a 3D swap on Sunday at our team meeting, and this is what I'm going to be making for the swap. By the time you see this video, the swap will already have happened. So let me show you what I ended up making. Here's my version. As you can see, it's twice as tall, and I feel like it just stands a little better and it looks more substantial. I just think it is very cute. So it's hard to show the dimensions and all the stuff inside on a video where I'm doing top down, but my sequins all went to the back. So here it is with, can't see the baby bear. It's a cute little baby bear and a mama bear, and then trees in the background, and it's hard to see inside, but the trees on this one are Night of Navy, and then I colored them with Wink of Stella. So let me show you how I made this. This time I'm using Gorgeous Grape cardstock instead of Night of Navy. I'm a purple person, so I had to do this with purple. So the first thing I'm going to do is color these trees with my Wink of Stella, because then I want to set it aside to dry for a little bit before I assemble. And it's very simple to color. You just set it down and start coloring on it. And I really like the sparkle that Wink of Stella adds to lots of things. So it's got different thicknesses in different places, and I just kind of like the way that looks. So that was the first part. And then I have already cut out, this time I'm using the cute little deer that comes with this die set. This is the Still Scenes stamp set, the Snow Globe Scenes dies, and there's Snow Globe shaker domes and snowflake sequins. So to stick this guy inside my shaker dome, the first thing I want to do is add him to a piece of acetate. I doubt that you can see this. And to add him to the acetate, I'm going to use a little piece of tear-in tape. I can get it off of there. I'm going to put that on the acetate. Let's see if I can get the cover off. Okay. And then I'm going to attach this guy to it after I fold that down. So there he's attached. And then the next thing I want to do is attach him to the trees. And I'm going to do that using mini Stampin' Dimensionals. I'm using mini ones because he's little, and these will work well. So I'm just going to put 2 there. I might put a half of one on his little head, if I can get it on there. There. So I'll take the backing off of these guys. If I can get it off. I recently had a fingernail disaster and my fingernails do not work the way they used to. So it's been a bit of a struggle. So now I'm going to put him on there. I want him kind of down a little bit like this. And I didn't actually need these two pieces because they're not in the right place. I'm going to take both of them off. See if I can do it without destroying my little deer. It's nice for you to see how the process works, where I think I'm going to do one thing and I end up doing another. So there I have my little deer with the trees. And then I'm going to take 2 of the snow globes out of the package, and I'm going to put them, the deer and the snowflake sequins, inside. These snow globes are really fun because they have adhesive on this side and they have adhesive on this side, and you'll see how I'm going to use that. So I'm going to start by taking the adhesive covering off of one of them, and I'm going to put some sequins in. Try not to put too much and not have a disaster like I've had previously. These are the sequins. You get quite a few in there. You can make several projects with that. So I've got that the way that I want it. And then I'm going to take this and place it on this adhesive after I get these sequins off of here. That's the one thing about having the covering off, is you get stuff you don't want on there and then it won't stick right. These little sequins stick to everything. Every single thing. They have static electricity and they just stick to everything. So then I'm going to put this, hope this is so you can see it. I'm sticking this on the adhesive. I'm only actually putting the acetate on the adhesive part. So I'm putting this down in here. And then I'm going to take the backing off of another one. And I'm going to carefully, hopefully my head won't get in the way, I carefully line these up. Hope I get them right. And then make sure they're sealed well. So there is your little, there's the little sequin part and the snow globe part. I could have put a few more sequins in there, but I think it's enough for the little deer guy. So everything is all contained. We don't have to worry about losing anything. The next thing I did was I cut out four of the little back shape and outline. This is Whisper White thick cardstock, and this is the Stampin' Up! I think it's called Sparkle glittery cardstock. So first I want to attach this to this piece, and just need little bits of glue in strategic places. If I can get glue to come out of here. This has some pretty skinny places for adding the glue to, but there are a few places that are a little thicker too that make it helpful. And then add this to it. Press it all down. So there is one of my bases. And I've already done the other 3. I need 4 of them to make this base. This is a piece of thick Whisper White cardstock. It's 6 inches by 2 inches, and it is scored at 2.5 and 3.5, and it makes the little base that my snow globe is going to stand on. So I'm going to attach each one of these. Let's see, I'm going to put the glue on here because I know how thick it is. this on. I'm going to try to center it and then make sure it's flat. And then I'm going to, it's a little bit better. I'm going to put more glue on here and attach a second one. And I wasn't really happy with this when I first did this because it's obvious you just stuck two on there. But you can see on this one I covered up the center with a sentiment and it made a big difference. I'll add these guys to the back. So there's my front and my back. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to trim this so it's the same shape as my snow globe base. Okay, there's that. Now I'm going to add the frame to this. And I've cut two of these out, one with the sparkle paper and one with Whisper White thick cardstock. These are using the largest scalloped circle die and then the die that comes that fits on the snow dome. So to attach this, I'm going to take off this covering. And then I'm going to fit this on here, see if I can get it on just right. I want to line up the bottom, the dome part, because the rest is all equal. And then I will go around all of this. And you can still see a little bit of it sticking out, but I don't think it matters when you're done. This was the largest die, round die that I have, so I had to use it. And I'm going to put this white one on the back. And there's that part. And I got it a little bit off, and I'm wondering if I'm going to notice when it's all put together. No, you're not going to be able to tell. I don't know if you can see here. It doesn't line up just right. But when it's all put together, you're not going to be able to tell. So the first thing I'm going to do to put this together is to add glue on here. And then I'm going to attach this and hold it for a few seconds so the glue can dry. And this, on the glitter paper, it takes a lot of glue, but it will hold. So I'm putting a lot of glue on there. Then I'm going to attach this and hold both of these for a few seconds. And I wish I had brought my clips with me, because I have clips that I can have hold that for me. And then I'm going to show you how I did the ribbon. This is the ribbon that I'm using. It's Stampin' Up's white satin ribbon with a silver edge, but I want it to match my project. So you can see on this one, the ribbon is blue, and I want my ribbon to be purple for this one. So I'm using the dark Highland Heather Stampin' Blend marker, and I'm just going to color the ribbon. And I'm laying it flat so it doesn't hurt the tip of the pen, and it gives nice color. There's multiple ways you can color this ribbon. You could also put it in water with re-inkers, and you could do a whole spool at a time. I like to do mostly just one piece at a time because I might not want a whole spool of one color. Although purple is my color, so I might want a whole spool of purple. So you can see it soaks all the way through, does both sides. And I'm going to set this piece aside to dry, but I've already done another piece. An interesting thing, I'm not sure why, when this dries, the ribbon is stiff. The ribbon by itself is not stiff like this, but when it dries, it becomes stiff ribbon. But it still works, so I'm good with it. Tie a ribbon, tie a bow. And I don't think these scissors will. Oh, they will if I do it carefully. Okay, so I'm gonna set that aside for a second. That's, I think, gonna be the last thing I put on. So this needs to be held. So I am going to grab my clips really quick. I have these clips that are made for sewing or quilting, I guess, but they work really nicely for holding things together when it comes to stamping. So I'm going to put that on there and that on there, and those are going to hold that until I'm ready. And now I have already stamped and die cut the sentiment that I want to put on it. This Celebrate the Season is from the Itty Bitty Christmas stamp set. And the die that I used to cut it with is from the Lily Pad Lake dies. It's called Lakeside Dies. It's this die right here. I've used these two dies more than anything else in this set because they're really good for words. And I'm going to put these guys on using mini dimensionals also. So I just need 2 on each side. Not on my finger. So I'm going to put this right across here so you don't see that seam. And then I'm going to do the same on the back side. You wouldn't have to do it on the back side because nobody's really going to look at the back, but I'm kind of anal that way, so do that. And then I'm going to use glue dots to attach my bow. This is so pretty. Of course, I like it because it's purple. But so there's my little snow globe. I'm going to leave those on there a few more minutes. And then I'm going to show you how I made this box to put it in. It's a gift box. And also, you see this shredded tissue paper. I found this really cool little mini paper shredder on Amazon. It's a crank paper shredder, and you just put tissue paper in it, and then it makes shred for your projects. I'll take the lid off of there because I'm going to need some of that shred for my box. So I'm going to set this aside. I've already done part of the box because I didn't want to bring my die machine in here. So I'm using the Feels Like Frost Designer Series paper on the box. And there is this one pattern that perfectly matches the gorgeous grape cardstock. This is 6 1/4. Let's see. The base of the box is 6 1/4. 6 1/2 by 8 1/4. And then the lid piece I made just 1/8 of an inch bigger. So this is 6 5/8 by 8 3/8. And I've already put this on here. The designer paper is 5 by 3 1/4. And then I have a 1 by 3 1/4 on each end. This is too wide to fit in the Big Shot, so you can see this little shadow right here. I don't know if you can see that. I put my die on, I attached it with a Post-it note so it wouldn't move, and then I folded this over and ran it through my Big Shot, and it worked just fine. So I'm going to finish this piece. I have two side pieces somewhere that I have designer paper. I don't know where I put them, but that's okay. I can finish this without that. I've cut another frame out of the glimmer paper, and then I also cut, I don't know if you can see this, this is a piece of acetate that's cut with this same scalloped circle die. And to attach this, the first one I did, I used glue, and the glue squished out and it got on my lid, on my acetate, and I did not like the way that it looked. So this time I'm going to use little pieces of tear and tape instead to attach the acetate to the frame and then the whole thing to the box. Tear and tape is really good tape to use for lots of things. It's very, very sticky. It's my second choice after glue because of how well it holds things. So let's see, I'm going to burnish those a little bit so that the stuff will come off. I need the outer coating to come off. I'm going to take these pieces off using my paper piercing tool. And then when I do that, I'm going to fold the excess in so there's no adhesive sticking out. So I've got all those off of there, and I'm going to fold in all my extra pieces. And then where did my acetate go? Here it is. It's invisible, so it's hard to see. And I know you can't see this, but I'm going to line up the scallops on the two pieces so that it's lined up right. There we go. And yeah, had some extra tear and tape sticking out and I was able to pull it off. So that's how that worked. And then I'm going to put that on my piece on here. And to put it on here, I am going to use some glue because it's much easier. And I'm just going to be really careful, keeping it away from the window. And then I'm going to line this up on this window. Hopefully it's not going to stay stuck to my fingers. Check the back. Looks like it's all lined up correctly. And now I'm going to put my box together. And I'll show you how I cut it when I do the bottom. I'm being all fumble fingers today. Not sure why. Add adhesive here. And there. There's the top of my box. I still need to add the bow to it also. And then when making the box, this is scored at 1.5 on all 4 sides. And I'm going to make my box bottom by cutting up on both sides of this. And I cut out a little wedge because it makes the box fold together better. And I'm going to burnish, fold and burnish on all of my score lines. And I'm going to put this together, and I'm going to show you how you can also put a box together using tear and tape. You don't have to use liquid glue. Just put a little piece on each side. Doing this mostly because my glue is almost empty and I don't think it's going to make it to the end of the project. And I did not bring another bottle of glue in here with me, so it works. This works just as well when you're doing boxes as long as you burnish it well. And I'll show you what I mean by that in just a second. This up and stick it. Those are all attached, and then I'm going to go back and burnish them, and then I don't have to worry about my box coming apart. I'm putting quite a bit of pressure on here as I do this. So there's my box bottom, and I'm going to take my shred, which that looks like way too much shred. Probably only need like half that much, huh? Put that in there. I'm going to take this piece, which I should be able to take these clips off now. I'm going to stick this inside. Just love that purple with the glimmer paper. It is so pretty. And the last thing I need is to add a bow to my box. So I'm going to tie a bow with this other piece of ribbon that I colored a little bit ago. And I'm going to attach this using a couple of glue dots. Glue dots work well when you're working with the glimmer paper also because they go down in and grab it. So I'm putting those on there. And there you have it. Put this one back together so you can see both of them together. There. So I have 2 of my swaps already done for our event, and I have to do a few more. There's not going to be a lot of us there, but I thought about putting a sentiment on here, but I have a sentiment on the inside, so if I leave this way, it can be reused as a gift box for something else totally. This one wouldn't have to be Christmas because it's pretty purple. So that's it. That's my project for today. I hope you liked it. I'll be posting more later about my snow globes class. It'll be offered both in person and online, so look for more on that later. Thanks for watching.